All right, so welcome back to the Two-Stroke Turbo channel, where you're going to see something new and different that you've probably never seen or been around before, because we do weird stuff. We like working on odd cars, mostly two-stroke cars, but every now and then a four-stroke car makes it in, like this 1991 Nissan Figaro. Call it a Figaro, call it a Figaro. I'm going to go with Figaro. It's a really cool car from 1991. You had to enter a lottery to buy this car from the Pike factory. Pike factory made them in 4 different colors: winter, summer, spring, and fall. I don't know what we have here. I think this is fall. The beige. There's a mint green. There's a kind of a pink and a yellow or something. Pretty neat car. This one is an Oregon registered car, and it has a couple issues. It does have a convertible top. You can see that whole top kind of comes back, and I think it goes in the boot. Not sure. It's not a total convertible because it still has these metal sides, but let's take a look. It's right-hand drive, so I'm opening the passenger door. You're going to sit behind the glove box. Leather seats that are pretty plush. Automatic transmission. Crazy radio. Old-fashioned switch gear, really cool speedometers, lots of really classy hardware. Really neat. Here's how your your sunroof or your convertible top unhinges. Let's take a look under the hood. This car is in for a low oil pressure problem, which is not good. So what do we have here? We have a Nissan Engine. It's a 4-cylinder, it's a red top. That means it's got lots of power. I believe it's a 987 cc's. It is turbocharged with about 70 horsepower-ish. It's not intercooled. The turbo is right here. A little tiny turbo, and it blows right into the intake right there. So that's kind of neat. The battery is dead. I would start it up for you, and it doesn't seem to want to revive. Cool disc hubcaps with the Figaro insignia. Neat car. So if this is the first time you've seen one of them, you're probably going to go, whoa, that's awesome. It's made to look like a really classy car. And it is pretty classy. Let's see if we can get to work on this thing. Let's get it up in the air, and I'm going to check a few things. Supposedly it's got a rebuilt engine, and when the customer says it has a rebuilt engine and low oil pressure, that concerns me a lot. So I'm going to be looking at the oil here. Let's take a look behind the driver's seat, or I should say from the driver's seat. There's the driver's area here, and if you look at the back, oh my gosh, that's the most uncomfortable back seat. The seat back is actually upright and actually forward, not leaning back at all. I don't know how anybody can sit back there. And there's, like, if you put the seat back, there's hardly any room for your feet. I'd say this is a 2+2, and the +2 being maybe minus. Let's take a look here. Oh, these controls are awesome. A green horn honker and a green dash pad. I don't know why those are green, but that's what they are. All our switchgear. Turn the lights. The battery's completely dead, so I can't share with you all the cool little noises it makes and all the lights. You can hear it beeping a little bit. Let me turn the ignition off. There we go. Put that down there. We're going to dig into this car a little bit and just see what we got. So let's continue this video in a few minutes after I get it lifted up, and we're going to check the oil, see if we can get a battery in it that works, and start it up. Okay, so we got a battery in our Figaro. I got to move it backwards a little bit, so I'm going to show you a little bit about this car. Of course, it's a right-hand drive, so the key goes in here. It has a neat little key tone. It's an automatic, so I put my boot on the brake. All our lights have lit up. Warning lights. What else do we got here? Gauges. And turn the key. Okay. Shut the door a little bit. Reverse. It's telling me we're in reverse. I'm just going to back up about that much. That's all I need to do. Got a horn? Yeah. It's got a backup beeper. Really cool gauges. It lights up when you turn the lights on. That's cool. Okay, we're going to turn it off for a second. We're going to check the oil. I saw the oil light went off, and it's got plenty of oil from the dipstick. We're going to look from down below. And up we go. Okay, so we got our Figaro up on the lift. You'll notice we have our tether straps for tying down to a boat. A little clip on that one there. Automatic transmission here, of course, and our engine is here. And oh, somebody's done a great weld job on the exhaust. What's up with that? So I think we're gonna find the oil pressure sender, which looks like it's right there, and there's a cap on it. And I'm gonna put a mechanical gauge on here and read the oil pressure. And I may drain the oil and see what kind of oil is in it. Again, this car has a low oil pressure problem. It's a very simple car down here, just old style control arms, independent front suspension, no catalytic converter. That's strange. Oh, maybe it's on the manifold. Oh yeah, catalytic converter's up there, old fashioned, right near the straight pipe all the way back to a, what do they call these axles? Rear axle with a sway bar. It's got a sway bar. It's like a trailer axle, I-beam or beam type of rear suspension. New shocks, total beam type suspension. Pretty simple little car. Neat little thing. Okay, so we're underneath our Figaro, and we've got this mechanical oil pressure gauge here. 0 to 100 PSI, I believe. Oh no, 0 to 80. Only 80, and I've got it teed into the factory oil pressure fitting right there on the back of the block. It's hard to see there. And we're gonna start the car up. Hopefully it doesn't puke oil all over the place. And we're gonna check the oil pressure mechanically versus the sensor, which could be wrong. I hope it's wrong. Okay, so I've set our mechanical oil pressure gauge here right on top of the tire. It's reading 0 PSI. We're gonna reach around here and hopefully we don't shoot oil all over the shop. We're gonna turn the key on. And we are showing 50 pounds. Kind of a fast idle, so we gotta let it run for a bit. Let it warm up and see what the drop. Dropping a little bit already. Okay, so I moved the little Figaro outside so I don't asphyxiate myself. I turned the idle down to 1,000 RPM. I've got the oil pressure gauge right here under the wiper, and you can see it's not quite hot yet, but warm. We're looking at probably 10 pounds of oil pressure. Let's see what our temperatures are. Our temperature gauge is just off cold. That's not good. So I'm going to drop her into drive or reverse and just bring her RPMs down even more. So reverse. RPMs are 750. And we got 10 pounds of oil pressure. Does it rev up? Let's see what happens when you rev it up. Yeah, it revs up pretty good. 3,000 RPM. We have 25 pounds of oil pressure. I don't know if there's a sense if we should be worried or not. We might just thicken the oil up. What to do? What to do? Okay, our poor little Figaro has been idling here for a good half hour. Oil is now hot. The idle is down to about 950-ish or so. When the fans come on, it drops a little more. Our temperature gauge is right in the middle where it should be. It's not blowing any smoke, it's not doing anything weird, but it has extremely low oil pressure. We're talking just a touch over 5 pounds. That's about 6 pounds of oil pressure. Let's check for some blow-by. If I can without... Oh, it's really stuck. this. I can't. It's too bad. It's a rebuilt engine, so I don't know what to do with this car. This too low of oil pressure. Should be around 20 at idle, but what do I know? Poor little thing. We got to figure out a way to fix it. Thicken the oil up, change the oil pump, clean out the sludge. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts.